Greetings! We're back at it again. We're here in extremely hot, triple digits. I am sweating like crazy. I can only work on these things early in the morning, and hell, by 8, 9 o'clock I'm done. So, we've been kind of tearing away at this Jeep. As you can see, there's nothing here. It's pulled out, which means it works again. I'm going to be doing a video on this guy here in just a little bit after I get done with this video regarding how to teach it, the issues I ran into with trying to get the fobs to work with the new controller and all that. And I'll show kind of on the Tech 2 what you want for a vet for those who are just getting a Tech 2, because Six Addict and I had to kind of take a guess at what setting was actually for the vet on the Tech 2, and fortunately, after going through the entire alphabet, we found it. So it's pretty high up in the alphabet. So, to get to the Jeep, because that's what this one's about, yes, it's partly its own trash compactor right now, so all the trash and stuff is ending up here. This is currently the trash area. Yeah, a lot of stuff's gotten ripped out of this Jeep, not to include all the exhaust. We don't have the tank in yet. I was about to put it in this morning, and the lines that are underneath here, the two smaller guys up here, wherever they head off to here, I think they're hiding, oh, there they are. Those two guys are just shy too short. I'm actually going to go get some barrels, and I have some new fuel line sitting up here that I'm going to use to barrel connect those together. Again, with the fuel performance system that we got, the fuel injection system actually came with an external fuel pump, but I wasn't comfortable with using the external fuel pump. I wanted to keep the Jeep kind of looking as original as possible, so I actually have the pump from the 4.2 liter with the sending unit built into the tank. So I have an extra wire on this connector. I don't have it in there, so I'll have to run a power wire from the ignition over to this guy in order to power the pump in the tank. But I can do that with the tank already in the car. It's not a big deal. So, on that case, I got to go run to, I think it's O'Reilly's I'm going to now. I was going to AutoZone, but I haven't really gotten the great service from them, so I went to O'Reilly's yesterday, and I got awesome service from them. So, it's give and take depending on where you are. Anyway, that's what's going on there. The exhaust is part way in. Oh, there's part of it. I haven't put it all the way in yet due to the fact that I'm still working with the tank. And I still need to get something to plug this little hole here, because trying to do this with the camera is really difficult sometimes. This thing actually came with an O2 hole for you. But since I already have one, I don't need that, so I got to plug it. Apparently, I can't get that stuff in an oil shop. They say it's just a pipe fitting. Guys, I don't know squat about pipe fittings. So, yeah, that'll be fun. I'm going to go walk around Home Depot with an exhaust in my hand trying to find what to plug it with. So, there's the brand new throttle body. It's just sitting there. It's not actually mounted yet, because if Kevin saw this, see that little hole right there? Yeah, he'd be saying, why didn't you RTV that? Well, reason being is because that's just sitting there to kind of do a mock-up. That's not permanent yet. One of the things I found out is the way this thing works. You would think this would be better off having this reversed, where you come from here and go this way. Unfortunately, this one actually goes this way, which is the complete opposite of what you'd want it to do, which makes my throttle cable somewhat of a problem here. The throttle cable isn't really going to work in this particular position. Kevin did bring up the fact that you're going to have to fabricate something, but I think I'm also have to get a different throttle cable just to support this particular piece here, so that's going to be an interesting one. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but I might ask Kevin and see if he has any ideas, considering he's done a bunch of these. Anyway, there's a brand new distributor. it stands pretty tall. Very, very tall. Because there's the bottom of it right there. The other distributor goes only about halfway up. I mean, there's the other distributor right here. You can see where it stopped. Yeah. That sucker stands up really tall. And is actually pretty close to the main, probably the heater core. That's probably what that's going to. It's the heater core. But it looks pretty good. And getting rid of some of the other electronics on this side of the Jeep makes it look really nice. So I can't really complain. I want to get these parts out into the Jeep and at least somewhat protected in the Jeep because I couldn't keep the table here because I need to walk around the Jeep. So I still have the fuel line that wraps around the bottom of the Jeep and back up to the fuel pump that was on the other side. I still got to take that out. I haven't decided if I'm just going to use a Dremel and cut it out or if I'm going to be nice and mirror everything nicely. I haven't decided that yet. I might just Dremel that and say screw it. AC unit's broken. Don't care. So the next major part, I got to get the tank, got to get the exhaust put together, and then I'm going to take apart this dash, put the computer in, and start redoing the wiring. Most people, that's like the worst thing. Me, that's actually reverse. I enjoy doing that stuff. So this entire harness is going to get ripped up. I'm going to unplug everything, pull the harness out, and go through that along with the other harness and basically make it all one big mesh. He did an awesome job on the other one. I'm going to see how original looking I can make this. So my goal is to make this clean where people can't tell. And I want to say thank you to Kevin and a couple of the other guys on YouTube. I did end up finding this little pizza Edelbrock thing, which the guy at AutoZone absolutely hated. Of course, I understand why. He apparently got a fuel pump from Edelbrock, which foobarred his engine. So this one's lifted a little bit. So it should work. There we go. And there you go. How pretty is that? So, there you go. That's we're getting there. I mean, it's still months away because it's too damn hot out here to really keep working on this consistently. I'm going to be able to get enough time to do these videos, and I got to go in because I am drenched and just overheating. And so I'm going to go in and play some video games, probably do some VR stuff, and do some Ready Player One, right? But it is nice to physically throw crap around too, so that's a pleasure. Anyway, thank you very much for this video. Here's Arizona for you. Couldn't ask for anything better, except for the fact it's blistering hot out. So, have yourselves a wonderful Friday. Later.